Here I am holding. No, that's good. All right. Pardon the shaky cam. It's called me putting my backpack on and holding a selfie stick. Hide. Now I understand how David Letterman's monkey cam operated. Okay, let me see. Let's get a look at Kittredge. Here you go. 2,100 feet. About an hour 45 into the hike. Excuse me. Right there. Look around, the typical ledgy, moss, trees. It's very quiet. It won't be forever, but anyway. I've inhaled my 2 peanut butter sandwiches. I still have an apple left. And I will do some walk and talk here. Kittredge is like, the last one we just went over. Kittredge isn't any higher. It's not like it's got a great outlook or anything. Viewpoint, whatever you want to call it. And it's got a name. I'm never sure how these things work, because if you look on the map, the last hill you go over is, I think, about 100 feet higher than 2,200. That's weird. I mean, they could have called it Bear Pond Hill, or Goshen Hill, or I don't know, Greenway Hill, something. Anyway, this is kind of how the trail looks, as you see. Anyway, so this is my, I'll say, 18th hike of the year. It's a fairly typical. It's fairly typical. I enjoy doing them. They tend to blur after a while. I do this one every year. I know one time I came and did this. It's a 5-mile loop. You usually can do in 3 hours or whatever, 2.5, depending on how fast you want to go. And I got here and I had forgotten my freaking water. I'll never forget that. And instead of going home like a normal person, I just went ahead and did it without water. And that right there will get you drummed out of the Junior Woodchucks Hiking Society quicker than anything. And it was really stupid. And it was like 10 years ago or something. It's not something I would ever do again. Just like, go home, get water or something. Don't be an idiot. I usually bring too much water, and that's fine. Too much is better than not enough. And anyway, as you can see, the trail, again, just crying out for an outlook here. I mean, you really, it's like, come on, guys, this is New Hampshire. You guys like chainsaws. But, it would be really nice. You'd be able to see Monadnock and, I don't know, some of the others down that way, like, I don't know, Crotched, Thumb, maybe a couple more. And then here is this steep part of the trail. And you go for maybe a half mile from here to where we head back to the camp. I will do this and see how I do. Kind of a typical stretch of the trail. It gets, you know, we've had a really wet summer, and it's the kind of a thing that a year ago I did, believe it or not, 34 of these things, and yeah, I know it's nuts, but it was really dry, and I got going a couple weeks earlier than normal, about the 1st of April. This year, middle of April, been wetter, and I also haven't really quite felt like doing the marathon hike every weekend, but I've still got 18, and my normal numbers, low 20s, 20, 24, 23, and, you know, things hold up, you know, through October, weather-wise, etc., and if I feel like it, you know, I will, you know, I'll do another 4 or 5 maybe, it's hard to say. Anyway, I will keep going with this down to the bottom and then shut it off. But you get to see, this is what the Greenway looks like coming down off Kittredge. You know, typical. Yes, it's me. You can see they've made some attempts occasionally at making stairs and stone steps here, but these are ancient. And it would be, I've been on here when it's been kind of slippery and wet. Trust me, you don't want to do that. Even a small hike you can break your leg and stuff if you're not careful. Anyway, I will quit chattering and put this away until I get to another spot.